All right. Sorry, y'all. Still trying to figure this out. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo,
What's going on?
why is it making this echo, man? What's that echo fucking shit? Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me leave and come back. 1 second.
All right. I think it's working.
How's it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
What's going on, man?
Wait a second, man. Give me a second. Hold on. Wait. Let me just put my headphone. Yeah. Who am I? Who is this? Who are you? Kavod? Is Kavod?
Let's see if I can change anything about it.
Who am I speaking to? Who is this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Cool, man. So what are you talking about today? What is the discussion? Is it Hebrew stuff?
Um, well, I was gonna discuss the troubles that my people go through.
Cool, man. Well, if you want me to listen, I can listen, man. It's up to you, man.
What are the things that my people go through?
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about, man. I'm open to hear it, man.
Well, I mean, we could talk about where you from, how it is where you're from.
Whatever you want, my bro. Yeah, we can, man. What you want? Like, we can go just freestyle it, man. Start it. Talk about what you wanted to talk about, and we can see what if there's any connections we can make. I don't mind, bro. You. I don't. Is anyone else going to join this? Or it's just me and you?
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about so in the
Sorry.
Bible it talks about the time where Israelites were in Egypt in Exodus, and
Mm-hmm.
talks about when they were in Egypt, they started to grow as a people and become fruitful, and they started to progress as shepherds. And um, there came a new Pharaoh that didn't know them, and he started mistreating them and putting hard labor on them. And he realized how big a group of people these Israelites were becoming. And so he told the women who deliver the babies to kill the
Mm-hmm.
firstborn boys of the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to make a connection of how that happened at that time. And here in America, up until 2017, they were doing forced sterilization on Hispanics, blacks, those that were in
Mm-hmm.
slavery, or those who were in prison. They would if you got a felony, if you wanted shorter time on your prison time, they would allow you to sterilize yourself for that. In Chicago, if you had crack problems or any kind of problems with drugs, they would offer you an opportunity to sterilize yourself, and they would help you off of those drugs. And
Mm-hmm.
so the same things that happened in Egypt happened to our people, and that was recently. Like I said, up until 2014 they were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And ICE detaining the Hispanics on the border, they had sterilized up to 60,000 women.
What year was that? What year
That
was it?
was recently in 2017.
Are you Hispanic, my bro?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're Puerto Rican, no? You said you're Puerto Rican or something like that? Huh?
Yeah, so that's just something that, I think it's people are so caught up in old history that they forget the recent things that have happened to us in this country just recently, and the
Mm-hmm.
things we go through.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, man. But that, like, a lot of that happened in like South Africa too. Like a
Is
lot
it
of that
like that? I know in South Africa they've been expelling a lot of the colonists there and taking
Yeah,
the farms back over. Is that true?
yeah, it's true. But then, like, people will tell you it's like a white genocide going on, but it's not actually a white genocide going on. It's more like that. Yeah, like certain people like have that have like a supremacist attitude. Like they're the ones that they want to take the farms of. You know what I mean? It's not like average, like white people, like any white people. It's like certain white people. You know what I mean? Like
How do you feel about that white genocide?
no, it's a lie, man. It's a lie. There's no white genocide. It's total fabrication, man. There's no white genocide. It's like these people are saying that stuff, but there's no evidence to that. What they are, what they are misinterpreting, yeah, is that we have like a very high like crime rate. You know what I'm saying? So like the crime rate is very high. So a lot of people get murdered every year in South Africa is like normal, but it's nothing to do with like you being white or black. It's like people when they want to rob you, they don't give a fuck what color you are. They just rob you. You know what I'm saying? You can be white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter. If you got something and they want it, they're going to rob you. You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Like, who told you that white genocide is happening? Who said that? Ah, where did you go, my bro? Are you there? Are you not there? No, now I'm by myself. Fuck, I'm gonna mute myself as well, man.
One thing that people
Yeah,
like to promote here is being like drug dealers and gangsters and stuff like that.
yeah.
And they don't realize the new technology that's coming out, that's been out. Like they have these
Mhm.
cameras that can um, see all the foot traffic that's going to a house. They can see the whole
Mhm.
block. They have cameras on every single corner, and it's like people don't care about what's really about those things that they're implementing. Like the police are training every single day so they can lock us up. It's like being real is not the thing anymore. So many people are telling and putting people in prison. Like being real is not a thing.
Yeah, I know,
And
man.
people who are telling are getting glorified, and the people that are really keeping it real and doing that type of thing to feed their families or whatever, they're ending up in prison and throwing their whole lives away for no reason.
Yeah, of course, that's true. But even they have like even in like South Africa, they have like robot cops with like machines with guns, man. You know what I mean? What happened, man? What happened?
All right. Sorry about that, man. I'm getting used to these buttons.
It's cool, bro. Don't worry, man. Take your time, man. It's all good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. You keep turning it off, man.
Are you there?
I'm here, man. I'm waiting for you to carry on what you were saying. You were saying something. I was listening to you and you stopped and you went away.
I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Do you
can
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Yeah, I said to you, carry on what you're saying, man. What you were saying before. You were saying something about like them taking like the
Yes,
new. Tell me.
yeah. So I just think that um a lot of people just got it confused about how how good things are for our people. Like every single day, our people are getting stuck at the border. Right now there's thousands of our people in tents waiting so they could get citizenship into a country that was once theirs. It is their country. There's no reason why they should be sitting in tents and waiting and scamming and making fake IDs and making fake documentations, marrying people that they don't even want to marry just so they can get a good job. And
Yeah,
that's
I
things
agree
that
with
our
that.
people face.
I agree with that. That's true, man. But like, how can you like? What I don't understand here is like they built that wall, man. But like, it's still the same amount of people coming across now as there was before.
I agree that it is the same amount of people, or I couldn't say it's the same amount of people, but I can agree there's always been a lot of people always coming over, and it's
Yeah.
just now recently that they made an issue about it because the presidents get brownie points off of it, and it's not really concerning the people.
Okay. But like, so it's like a fucking. I don't know, man. Like we have like maybe similar stuff, but not this. It's different, man. Because in your country, it's like it's a different hierarchy and structure. You know what I'm saying? Like the structure is different there to me, to where I'm from.
Do you
You know?
guys got a police force where you're at?
Yeah, we do, of course, but it's not like we have different like provinces. Like so, it's like some provinces is like the police are completely different from one province to another. Like in some provinces, they're really like stopping you and giving you harassment and all that stuff, and in other provinces, they just leave you alone. They don't even come near you. You know what I'm saying? It depends where you are. It's not like a nationwide thing.
Yeah, not here. Like over here they have, I don't know if they have it over there, but like the police, they like to sit on the side of the roads and just wait for somebody to commit a crime. And it's like my my best analogy is, I don't know if you ever watched the movie Scarface.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've watched it.
So when he came into America, uh the guy at customs, he gave him a hard time, and
Yeah,
Tony Montana was like, "How would you like it if you had Gestapo on every single corner, watching every move you make, everything you do?" And
yeah.
that's how it's starting to be here in this country. On every corner, there's a if there's not a camera, there's a police officer watching to make sure you don't do anything wrong. And then if
Okay.
you do the slightest thing wrong, then they're going to hit you with the biggest amount of tax that there is.
Okay. No, it's not like that. Like it's not like that. Not really. Not that kind of thing. No, like I told you, there's like certain places where it's like that, maybe, but not like really. Not like you're describing. You know. But notice like hardcore is like the way that you're putting it across. But I guess like it will probably reach there. It will probably reach to us at some point. But now, no. Not right now, but it depends. Like if you're like in a city and it's like and you're in a place where it's like a lot of money and stuff, then I guess yeah, in those places, yeah, it can be like that. But in a general, like no, not at all. Like you can fucking drive here like with no license, nothing, and the police don't do anything. They can't even do anything. Like I'll drive without no license, drive around all day, and they will not do anything to you.
Oh no, not here. You drive around without your license and they catch you, that's $500 automatically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't really have that kind of stuff. Like, if you get caught with like weed, for example, like weed is legal. So, like, you get caught with weed, it's like nothing, like you can get caught with like a lot of weed and it's not a problem for you. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught with like
Is it like that all throughout Africa or just in the province that you live in?
just do it just in South Africa, not in other parts of Africa, but just South Africa, yeah. Weed is legal. It's like you can cultivate as much weed as you want. You can literally have like a farm and they can't do anything. They can't take it off you. They can like give you The only problem is you can like other people robbing you is more of a problem than the fucking than the police or something. Like
Right.
yeah, like people can rob you and that's the biggest worry. Like we have a lot of crime, like robbery and killing and stuff is very high. But in terms of the police, they don't care about weed. Like, yeah, like they care about other stuff though. If you have like methamphetamine or anything like that, then of course that's a crime. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, over here it's just like certain states allow you to they legalize it where
Yeah,
like where I live it's legal,
yeah,
but they're coming out with new technologies like one of them that they just implemented
mhm,
in Columbus, Ohio, are these retina scanners. So if they pull you over, they'll
yeah,
scan your eyes, and that scan will tell them when's the last time you smoked. And if you smoked
yeah.
within the hour of you driving, they'll hit you with a DUI.
Yeah, so like I was watching about that. Like, so if you get like a DUI in America, it's like you get the fucking felony charge. No, it's like a felony charge.
Yeah, it's
Crazy,
they'll
man.
try to hit you with a felony charge, but usually like when people go to court, they'll bring it down to a misdemeanor one, but that's like the closest is practically a felony. They just do that so it
So,
doesn't affect your insurance.
so like that's crazy, man. Cause like here they wouldn't do that, man. Like if they catch you like smoking a joint or something and driving, they'll just take the weed off you. That's probably the most thing they'll do is just take the weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's the most. I don't think they will do like anything more than that. Like even if maybe if you were drinking, I think drinking is a bigger problem when it comes to like driving. You know what I mean? Like if you drink a lot, then yeah, they'll get pissed off. You know what I mean? You can go to
yeah, I
jail.
could see that. Like over here, they do drinking too. If you got a problem with drinking,
Yeah,
you'll get a DUI for drinking too.
yeah. But
Uh,
do you have a lot of like road accidents there? Like a lot of people dying in road accidents in your where you live?
right. What's good, Doc?
Shalom, shalom. What's good?
Yo,
Nah, just here, man. Just talking about the different laws compared from America to South Africa and
Oh, where you
how
at?
there's
That's
so
where you
many
at?
discrepancies here in America.
yeah,
Like
That's where
so
you at?
many
South
people
Africa?
are so down to commit crimes and do things and they don't realize the technology that the police force have, like all the cameras on the corners, um, cameras that can record the whole day, record what kind of traffic is going to what house. They can. pinpoint a single car and follow that single car all throughout the city so long as it passes our cameras. Like
It's nationwide, man. It's nationwide that's happening.
people choose that life and choose to commit crime and choose to, they're not realizing how much work the police officers are putting in just to catch them.
But what about like bigger criminals?
Man, that's why
Sorry,
that's
go
why
on,
we
man.
got to follow the law of the land and the law of the Most High.
Oh yeah, that's why.
We're in
I mean, of
captivity.
course, we gotta follow the laws of the land, but it's hard. It's hard when those people that implement the rules aren't following the laws of the land.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
hypocrites, man.
I don't know how many times or how many stories you heard where police just pull people over for no reason, and then they make up a reason that they pulled them over.
Yeah,
Like one
but
thing that we had in the '90s growing up was Cops. I don't remember if you remember that show.
What's the name of the show again?
Cops.
I don't think I watched that.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? You know that show?
The cop show. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and so the '90s, we all grew up watching that, and like those police that were on that show were violating people's rights. Like their civil rights were being violated, and we watched that every weekend. And now, when the police do that in the field, nobody says anything or nobody protests, nobody cares because for so many years we watched them break the law in doing their job, and now it's okay for when they do that. It's okay for when they break down a door and shoot everybody up in the house. That's okay because for years we've seen it on TV being okay.
uh, I guess the big difference is as well is that here, like the fucking like the cops is not like more what's the word?
But yeah, it
The
all
gun.
started. We started talking about that because I was talking about up until like 2017, they were doing forced sterilization on our people, right? So if you were a felon in prison, if you wanted short time, they would sterilize you. Immigrants coming in from different countries, if they wanted citizenship, they would sterilize them. Um, People getting off of drugs, and we have a pandemic in this country of uh, people on drugs, and they would help people so long as and like give them money if they decided to sterilize themselves. And in the time of Egypt, when the Israelites were in Egypt, that's what Pharaoh he made a decree of doing that to us. And like no longer do they have to give us blankets. No longer do they have to do that because we're willingly killing ourselves. We're willingly letting them de uh demasculate our men. That we're willingly
Yeah,
letting them
yeah.
become gay. We're willingly
Like for
letting them go to these abortion clinics. We're willingly doing those things that God took us away from and try to protect us from.
yeah, when we see that stuff that happens in America, like what you're talking about, and we like, what the fuck is going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Like for us, that's not normal. Like, what
Yeah,
the
so what's your thoughts on that, Ak?
I mean, like you said, there ain't nothing new under the sun, man. So, and America is spiritual Egypt too. So, just about everything they did to us in Egypt, they did to us in America.
Oh yeah, Egypt.
So, just like them,
The
Egypt got.
Hebrew name for Egypt is Mizraim,
Yeah, I
which
know. Yeah,
means
I
the
know.
house of bondage, or
Yeah, I know.
between a rock and a hard place.
That's
And
all I've been
that's
studying.
another thing that I don't think people understand is like the meanings of these words. These meanings, they didn't just call it was called Egypt for a reason. It wasn't called Egypt just to be called Egypt. It was actually called Mizraim, but
Yeah, I know.
So where does it begin, man?
yeah. I know you know, bro. I'm just for people who are listening or who
Oh,
will eventually listen, you know.
But where does the world begin, according to you? When does the world
this on
begin?
you.
Tell me. When
What
did the
was that?
world? When does
I
the
said this
world
on
begin, man?
YouTube.
Yeah, it's going on YouTube.
When does the
Oh, so
world
we finally
begin?
gonna start doing that. I didn't know what was going on. So okay, I gotta
Oh
start getting
yeah,
on schedule.
yeah, this is just real test run, just talking about the stuff that we want to talk about.
Hold on real quick. Let me get my son to get. I'm not going nowhere. He just he look
So when does
sleepy.
so tell me when the world begins, man? According to you, when does the world begin? When? What year?
When the world began,
What is it? Yeah. When does it begin? What was the year?
well, for us, it began, you know, when God made Adam out of the dust. That's when it began for us.
So how many years ago would you say that is, according to you?
According to
To you,
what others
whatever
say
you
about the
believe.
Bible, about 6,000 years ago.
Yeah. So you think that the world started then? That's what you believe? There
I
was
don't think
no
the world started then. I think there were other people here before our world started.
So the world started with you, or the world started before that? That's what I'm asking you, man.
So when Adam was created, there were Ezekiel talks about how there was already trees, nations of people here when Adam was chosen.
Yeah.
But those people, as far as my concern of history, that's not my concern of history beyond Adam.
But how does that make sense though, man? If you think about it, how does that make sense?
Well, because those what I'm worried about is what affects my people today and where my people had came from and why they go through the things that they go through today.
So you don't believe that all the people came from the Khoisan people? You don't think that's true?
I do believe in other people's history and I do believe all those things happen, but I also don't think it concerns my people. What concerns my people is them getting their land back, their freedom back, the things that pertain to them. The here in the Americas, we had over um 2,000 different pyramids, and today you don't see them anywhere. They're mounds. They got us so messed up that they have us driving on Indian Mound Valley and knowing that used to be a great temple of our people, and they destroyed it. I watched this one, or there's this one museum here in Ohio,
Yeah.
and there in that mound that they destroyed, the man was talking about all the rocks in that lake were from that mound, and it took over 5,000 caravans to take out all the rocks that were on that mound and displace them. They used them for churches, they used them for buildings, they used them for roads, all the brick that were on these mounds. It took 5,000 caravans, like those old wagons, to get those rocks out. And
But
there they found the oldest Hebrew artifact in Newark, Ohio.
so you don't. So where do you think Hebrew comes from, man? That's what I was trying to tell you. What do you think it comes from? Where does the origin? What's the origin of it? The language doesn't just come out of thin air, maybe.
Well,
He sleep. About that.
the Hebrews come from a man called Abraham.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm just saying to you, like, where did they learn that from? Who is the original Hebrew? Who taught Hebrew? Where does Hebrew come from? That's what I'm asking you. Like, the language doesn't just come out of thin air, bruh. It's got to be developed, no?
That's true, right there. Language got to be it. But I don't think for me, I don't think America is like the homeland. Man, that's like I don't think I do believe our people are Hebrews, but I don't think Mikey left that out there. I don't think America is our homeland. I think we got
Right,
took from
right.
and
Yeah,
brought over here to America.
exactly, my bro. That's what I've been trying to tell you, man. It's like this stuff is coming from us originally. Like, I'm not disrespecting you by saying that, man. I'm just saying that it's coming from us originally.
Who are you?
From South African people, man.
Oh, South Africa. So like sub-Saharan Africa. So
Yeah.
so you from what part of Africa? You from like the Limba tribe?
No, man. From
Zulu?
Khoi?
Hear
Who?
No,
me?
neither. No.
Yeah,
What
I
tribe?
hear you, bro.
Okay,
What what
okay,
tribe?
okay. I'm s-
I write this
So
for
what you
you.
think? Yeah, we came from South Africa.
I don't think
I'm not gonna say we came from South Africa, but I think our people dwell a little bit of everywhere at this present time. Because we don't really have a time period of when we start first getting dispersed off. You know, it wasn't like I don't think we really have a time period like they put a man-made period on it, but we really have no time period. These things that we going through right now have been happening to us since we first, established our kingdom and started breaking the laws of the Most High. So it's that's why the scriptures say try the spirit, because during different captivities, our people mixed in with a lot of different people. And also I wanted to bring up that the Canaanite nations or the African people at one time they were all speaking Hebrew. Abraham, he changed Abraham once he learned different dialects of I'm trying to think where I read this at that they spoke the same language. It was a little bit different. You know what I mean? It was like a little difference. And even today, if you look at like the Arcadian language or some of the Hamite languages, they spoke Hebrew also.
I
So
didn't never
this,
finish. I didn't finish my thought with the brother from South Africa because I'm in agreement with some of the stuff he's saying because I don't know what the part about. I don't know how much history he know, but I know some of the people from the Limba tribe said that they came from like Assyria after they got kicked out of their homeland and went to South Africa. So you
yeah,
you
it's
know
true.
about that? Hmm?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I agree.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, I know we are me and your people. I know we the same group of people.
Yeah. But I'm just making a point of like before they came here, that we went there before. Do you understand? It's like we went there and they came back here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we
Mm-hmm.
went there and then they returned back here. It's not like they came here and then we went back there. No, we went there, they came back here. Did that make sense to you?
I understand where you're coming from, but so you don't think none of us got took on slave ships either?
No, I didn't say that, man. I said
No.
that.
Do you
No,
think
no.
some got took on slave ships as well?
Yeah, for sure. In West
Okay.
Africa, but not in South Africa. South Africa was not a part of that. You can check the history books. We
Okay.
got nothing to
Okay.
do with that.
Because it said like, because in the one thing I read is
Yeah.
like that little small part of South Africa, like the southwest coast of Africa, they took some people from there.
No,
Yeah, that's Angola. Angola.
that's not
Uh,
Southwest. That's not Southwest Africa, man. That's fucking West. That's like Central Africa. You're talking a different part of the world. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Trust me, nothing. The only thing that we could say that we were part of is maybe people getting taken from here and going on the route. Yeah, but there was no like ports here.
What about the Edo? Because the Edo they had I don't know I know they were the Nigerian group, but the Edo they had something to do with basically getting us. They dwelt outside of the Gold Coast, outside of the tribes of Judah, and they actually had a slave coast where they actually got slaves and actually brung them to the slave coast, and they also made deals with a lot of Europeans during the ancient times.
It's your Rubas, bruh. It's your Rubas and Igbo people from Nigeria, man. It's like fucking like a different people, man. Like it's like they're not even related to us. They are, but they're not. You know what I mean?
Also, they are, but they not.
Yeah, they're not the same people, man. I don't even understand what they say. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all still but you still believe they come from the same person, right?
No, man. They come from like everybody's cousins, man. Like we all cousins if we're from the same continent, but it doesn't mean that we're the same people. Like,
I understand.
you know what I
I
mean?
understand that.
Yeah, it's like fucking like give you an example, like you like a I don't know, like look at another part of the world. You look like an Englishman and you put him next to like a Russian man. It's not the same people, man.
What's different about them?
About who, English and Russian people or my people?
No, the Igbos and you.
Well, they Niger Volta, bruh. It's like Niger Volta tribe. It's like a totally different like system. Like everything's different, man. Like they
But if
like
I had an Igbo side by side with you, how would I tell he was Igbo, and how would I tell
yeah,
you were
we look
he
completely different. They look
his
completely.
customs?
Yeah, not only that, but everything, man. Literally, absolutely everything is different, man. It's like a fucking. It's like you know how far away that is. It's like 6,000 kilometers away from here. It's far. It's like
So if I was over there, who would I look like? Would I look like the people from the West Coast or from your side?
from the west, probably, man. If you was part of it, that if you was put on a slave ship, then yeah, you would. You're probably from the west. It's more likely. But anything's possible. You mean people move, man. They don't just stay in one place. Like people migrate. They go from one side to another side. So it's possible that other people went there. But in general, yeah,
Uh, it said that I've always heard that my people came from Sierra Leone.
that's west as
Uh,
well.
I
West
don't know how
Africa.
true it is.
West
Yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
I
It's
really don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. And then I watched a documentary of Taking Back the Throne, and they said that's why a lot of us had sickle cell trait, which I have today. It says it fights off the malaria. Uh, it was the code against the malaria disease that were killing people.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying, man. All the ports for the slave trade, they were all in West Africa. None of them were in South Africa. We didn't have any of those ports. There was no people taken from here. Not one person.
Hey, so you did confirm to me. I just wanted to know. You did confirm to me that you did know that the Hebrews was actually taken, and the reason why we go so hard about this, bro, is because over here in America, we've been told that we are African American, which is not a that's not a nationality. That's something that's a man made thing. So
Okay.
that's why we go so hard when we talk about Hebrews, and we just because we y'all know where y'all come from because y'all been in the homeland.
Yeah.
We actually had to come to find our identity. So this is why we go so hard, and this is why we talk about it. But you confirmed to me that you knew that the Hebrews were sold to the Americas in one of our conversations. Would you
What?
explain that to these brothers?
Now what I'm saying is, man, like Igbo people, like I know Igbo people, and they are Hebrews. It's like Lemba people are Hebrews, so it's like if they those people, like if it was Igbos and people like that was taken on the ships, like yeah, they Hebrews because Igbo people are Hebrews, and so are Lembas. But the only way you know that is if you be able to like trace your fucking DNA back or ancestry back to Igbo or back to Lemba, then you can maybe make a case for that. But if you can't, then like what I'm saying to you is it's not all people. It's like if it's like a Yoruba or something, then no, they're not Hebrews. Like the Yorubas are not Hebrew people.
What
Do you know what I'm
what
saying?
other people went into slavery though? Like, because this is our thing. Our belief is based off of the scriptures and prophecy, which things that's gonna come to pass. And we know that even if you want to say that they plagiarized our scriptures, it's still prophecy, and these prophecies have been coming to pass, and some of the things that was written have came to pass. A lot of the things that was written have came to pass. We've watched it, but
Mhm.
prophecy said it gives us a time set of things that was going to take place, and those things took place. So, what other group can you say actually went through the things like far as being stripped away from their heritage, not knowing who they were? To be a proverb and a byword amongst all nations. What other groups can we line up and say that they actually meet the criteria of that
Well,
you
I
know
mean,
of?
yeah, I know a few. I know a few as well. But I'm not saying that you're wrong or right. I'm saying I know another few others people that happened to as well. Yeah, in Southern Africa, there are other people.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a tribe called the Herero tribe. Like,
And
and
like
they got their they
one
completely got their
one thing
identity.
about at, at least me is like a lot of people say like, oh, you should take a DNA test. You should take a DNA test. And by me, I go by the Bible and prophecy, right? There's a certain group that is fulfilling prophecy that has been foretold in the Bible, right? These are going to be a sign and a wonder for your people forever. Forever, these are going to be a sign. And so that's how we identify who's who, right? Because the Spirit bears witness to those things that Moses said. This is what's going to happen to you guys if you don't follow the law, God's laws, right?
Mhm.
And so that's how we know. And then when people tell us, hey, you should take a DNA, we look at things like this. I don't know if you could see it.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
It says the DNA mixture interpretation is subjective in nature. Like most human beings, DNA examiners are prone to cognitive bias. Cognitive bias happens when a scientist unknowingly gets affected by certain information, which then affects the choices they make as part of DNA interpretation.
So, yeah, okay. But I
So
said,
there's no way
I also said,
possible that they could tell us exactly who is who
but you don't use
based
only,
on what information they get.
but you don't use only DNA. That's my point, man.
So it could be like that white man that you were talking to earlier, and him saying, why aren't your people so advanced? Why are my people more advanced than you guys?
Yeah,
And but that's because it's based on his own biased information and not the actual full information.
yeah, of course, man. And I'm not. I'm saying that's true. But what I'm saying to you is like, I'm not saying like you should only use like DNA or whatever to like discover that. You have to also use like language and stuff, man. Like language is important, man. Like you can't just look at stuff in English and think that like you're going to get the real fucking information. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you're looking on Google and Google's telling you something in the English language when the original thing is not in English. So how are you gonna get the
So
real message? How would you get the real message unless you know the language, my bro? Tell me.
That is
uh
true. And that is one thing that we are trying to um, renew in our minds. It's something that we desire to do is to learn this Hebrew and learn the Paleo Hebrew and learn that language because that way we don't encounter people like that who are like, well, you're speaking English, why don't you speak the regular language? And that's something that has been taken from our people. And we've been told, that's not, don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. But it turns out that it's very valuable information that our people should have been known, but because
Mhm.
we didn't hearken unto the Most High, that our heritage has been stripped away from us.
Also, our names, like we don't have our names no more. Like you hear our name, you can find a white man with my name, or any
Yeah.
of any of us brothers right now. You can find slave plantations that actually gave us these names. So
Yeah, I
we
know.
left our name for a curse. That's how I feel. Like our nationality for a curse. We
Mhm.
left our names for a curse because now it's like and we fighting for that back. That's the state of our people. Don't know why they feel like it's a lot of murders out here. It's a lot of our people are destroyed, and they don't know why they do the things that they do. But we
Mhm.
are robbed and spoiled people. We are hidden in prison houses on the highest rate over here in America. You know, so these is also things that's written in our scriptures, and that we look at, and like I say, I've got more than a lot of people I grew up with that's dead or in prison right now, and I mean a lot. You know, and
Yeah, like
this is some of the prophecy, man. We fighting hurdles. Like, I don't think a lot of Africans understand what we have been through in America. Like when the scripture says that our bodies is gonna be eaten on from the fowls from the air. Well, when we got hung during slavery, it says this in Deuteronomy chapter 28, and the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air shall eat off our carcasses. During the times of slavery, when we got hung, beast of the field ate off our carcass, and also the fowls of the air, they ate off our carcasses, as they did in that Turner also.
mhm. We, like we have like here, like very, very dangerous country, man. It's like a very dangerous country. It's not fucking safe. Like what you say, more dangerous than America. Yeah, more.
Oh yeah, I definitely know, cause y'all got militia camps running around and killing villages off. So, and a lot
Yeah.
of colonizers come over and they do it like America even come over. They steal whatever and they kill whatever just to get whatever that they need. If it's oil, if it's diamonds. So I
Then,
definitely understand where you're coming from.
then listen, man. The American government, they supported apartheid. Like we had apartheid in our country, man. And your government, not you, obviously, but the white government of America supported that shit. They gave them the guns to like keep us in apartheid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they made that happen. Your government was supporting the people that was doing it to us. You know what I'm trying to say? But I
Yeah,
don't
we
understand.
we live in a dirty society where we label three-fifths as a man, and to this day, and they say that they changed it. A lot of people brainwashed to thinking that it's an equal playing field when it's not. America was built like all the riches that they use even to pay people or do for these other countries. It was built off our ancestors' back. We built this country up. We sold the cotton. We did all the cotton, the sugar canes, all the resources that you see that America actually made money off of to become a great civilization that happened off our ancestors' back, even down to the experience, to the inventions. The motor, the steamboat, elevator doors, freezer trucks. All these things that were created here, they was created for slaves. Also, the
Yeah,
washer and dryer. It's alarm systems. I mean, it's a lot of things that we done here that was great, but they took credit for what we did, and this is another curse. Like, we really out here destroyed. I can drive down my street and I see people hallucinating, talking to themselves, drunk, high, and it's a lot. It's not just one. So, that's why we going hard to find our heritage. That's why I was trying to tell the Bantu brother, we not just selling them off. We searching, but what he was trying to say, I just knew that it's more than one Bantu. It's many different groups inside the Bantu religion.
yeah,
So
yeah. But I wasn't
that was my point.
I wasn't disagreeing with you
Hey,
when you
I
said.
gotta go over here and put these brothers on a hot seat, man. I don't know if y'all chiming in with me, but this dude, he's texting me now, and I gotta put these brothers on a hot seat. I got a lot of vital information, so I was gonna see if y'all wanna come put these brothers on the hot seat. I ain't got to be doing no arguing with them or nothing like that. I'm just to the point where if they ain't trying to answer the questions or nothing like that, and we can't have a formal discussion, I'm just gonna leave because they got me
Who is
like
it?
my bodyguard.
Who is
So.
it? The white, those white guys? Is the white guys?
Oh nah. It's like they black white guys. They don't they haven't been
What's that?
reborn yet.
Okay.
Just a black guy that's white in the inside. They believe in their slave masters. They don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in no type of spirituality. They just believe in whatever's on Google. So that's why we've been trying to really help these brothers and reach them. But it
Okay.
is what it is. At the end of the day, that's all we can do is put a foot forward, do what we do. Hey, brothers, well, I enjoy the dialogue. I'm about to get over here and get to it for
Hey,
when they
cool,
trying
man.
to say I ain't show up.
We'll do this
Hey, I'm
another
coming
time.
back. I'm coming back because I definitely want to finish having. I like having righteous discussions where ain't nobody yelling, ain't nobody get mad. We just having a good
That's,
dialogue.
that's the way I prefer as well, man. I don't like to fucking shout and scream like a little kid, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree, brother.
yeah,
I
you
agree.
know. Yeah, man.
Shalom. Yeah, I
Respect, man.
definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely be back in the dialogue. I'm just gonna ask
Okay,
my little questions and get up out of there.
okay, man. See you, man.
All right, all praise.
Are you guys continuing or are you leaving?
Then they must have been getting on the nerves.
Yeah, I don't really like to deal with them, bro. Cause that's what I mean. That's them. I'm not gonna argue with nobody, bro. Whatever they believe, but you can't try to. The Bible says seek peace with all men, so I try to be humble and seek peace with everybody. But you can't just say you're gonna discredit the Bible or whatnot like that. Like that's all.
But I don't know this
Yeah,
guy.
that's my thing. That's why I wanted to start this because I wasn't going about to sit there and let people talk about burning the Bible and then keeping me on mute the whole time that they're saying that, you know?
Who is burning the Bible? Who did that? Who was
I
burning it?
don't know who did that. Who tell who burned the Bible?
I said, who's burning it? Because people were
Uh,
telling me that I was burning the Bible.
what's
I
his
didn't
name?
burn the Bible.
Bantu?
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Okay.
One day we got a real mad and he was like, I'm out here relaxing and burning this Bible. Hey, so he went and searched for a Bible and sat out there and burned it. Like it was supposed to be relaxing to him.
But like, okay, cool. But yeah, because somebody was telling me that I was burning a Bible and I didn't burn a Bible. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the Bible guy, but I wouldn't burn a Bible at the same time. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah, because like,
Yeah, that's understandable. Like, but it's not for everybody. But at the same time, I'm not gonna disrespect you. I don't expect you to disrespect me.
that's the way I see it, man. Like I wouldn't burn something that's holy to somebody, bro. Like if it's holy to you, I'm not gonna burn it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to believe it, you can believe in it. I don't have a problem with that, but you just must not expect me just to believe it just because you believe it. That's all I'm asking. Because I have my own beliefs and my own way of living. You know what I'm saying? And you can have yours. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see a problem with that. But if you want to like anybody that tries to impose it on me, like that white guy in the fucking group earlier was trying to impose on me, like telling me like we didn't build anything and they built everything. You see, like when people do stuff like that, then I'm like, no man, and I just have to tell them like what I know. You can believe it or not believe it. It's up to you. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I agree. It's.
like
I mean, I hope my people, that are going through that struggle believe, because the more people that turn, change their mind on the ways that we're living and choose the Most High, the faster we all can get out of here.
yeah, but that's what I was trying to explain to you guys before, like about like Ubuntu, like what we call Ubuntu in my country. It's like it's very similar to like what the Bible says, man. If you actually check out this, the concepts of it, it's very very similar. It's like literally like what the stuff says that in the Bible, like the spirit of oneness and how everybody's like united together and shit, and how the people are supposed to be behaving to each other and not doing this crazy shit like killing and raping and all this stuff that's going on. Like that stuff is in our concept of what we live with, but people don't listen to it, bruh. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like people don't listen. Like they will see this stuff and they know it's not a good idea to do it, but they still do it now. Why? Because of things that happen. Like in your case, you're saying like people, like they like the police, they come after your people and they make you and then they put you into bad situations. Like it's the same stuff, man. But the core of it is still there. That's my point I was trying to make to you. That like it comes from here. Like if you go on the money trail, like if you not the money trail, if you follow the trail, it ends up here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. And like a lot of people think like it's grievous to follow God's law, but there's nothing more grievous than having to renew your license plate every year. Spend $200 so you could get a registration for your car every year, and then when you go down there, you gotta go in there 3 or 5 times because they need certain type of information for you to get one piece of paper that costs $200. That is a law that's grievous.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like sacred law and man-made law is two different things, man, bro. Like sacred law is like something that has always been here. You got to listen to that shit. But then it's like man-made law can change with the wind. Like one day it can be like weed is legal, then it's illegal, and then you can like make cigarettes illegal or alcohol. Everything just changes, and it changes according to like the country you live in and like what's going on there. But what I'm saying is there's sacred law. We can all agree on sacred law. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't kill your brother. Don't fucking rape women and shit. Don't touch children. Do you know what I mean? There's certain
Yeah,
things.
I agree on sacred law,
There's
but
certain
at the
universal.
same time,
Tell me.
people that are trying to separate themselves from the the regular normal people, those people have to have order and they have to have a type of government to keep them in order so there's no anarchy. And what rules are people going to follow if they're not going to follow that of the Constitution?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like all these laws, like most man-made laws, they come from like a branch of sacred law. So like sacred law is like the original law, but then they take it and they put it into like a man-made fucking what's it called? Like a man-made situation. So it's like they take a law like don't kill, but then it's like if somebody comes in your house, bro, and they try to like kill your kid or something, you got to kill them. What you going to do? You can't let your kid get killed. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like things
Right.
change,
And
you know?
and the Bible does speak about not being over righteous, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm not going to be over righteous and be like I can't kill when somebody's breaking into my house trying to take my children and stuff like that. I'm not going
yeah,
to that's just dumb. That's dumb for me to be like, "Oh, yep,
mhm.
I can't kill, so go ahead just do whatever you want to my family." Nah, that you have to have wisdom behind keeping these laws. It's not
Yeah,
good to be over righteous.
yeah. But like a creator god is what I was trying to explain to you guys is like a creator god is something that is very old here. Like creator god is like it's like something that we've lived with for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And like people make a misconception. They say like, yeah, African people believe in a lot of different gods and stuff, but it's not all African people. The people where I'm from, they don't believe in different gods. They believe in one creator god, one creator, and we've done it for a long time. This is what I'm saying. I feel like this is where I get my information that I think it just the concepts are taken from us and written into a book.
But what is that God's name though?
Modimo in my language is Modimo, but the language the sorry the name will change slightly depending on which ethnic tribe says it, but it's the same fucking thing, man. It's the same creator. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like 400 different tribes or so, and they all have one word for the same.
And
Tell me, sorry.
does your God have expectations for you
Yeah, yeah,
on how to conduct yourself?
yeah, of course, 100%, man. That's what I just trying to explain to you, like about Ubuntu. Like Ubuntu is like literally like the laws given to us by God, like to behave in a proper way, like a human way to people, and not to be like fucking, lots of different laws.
Does
Like,
he have a promise for you if you do listen to that God? Does he have a promise for you?
yeah, the promise is that if you listen to the laws and you behave according to Ubuntu, then you get good, like what you call it, man. Like in the afterlife, you will get a good reward and stuff. Like if you do bad things against Ubuntu, if you disobey that, then you will fucking suffer big consequences, man. It's like we have dark, like if you go and do dark, dark, like dark spells and cuck like that, like like sacrificing children, like drinking blood and all that stuff. If you do that, then it's like you will go, you will suffer for that, man. It's not like you can just do what you want. Like, yeah, I'm sure, like in certain places, it is like that. I'm talking about only my people's, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not allowed to just do what we want. Of course not, man. Like, you will suffer consequences, man. You know, like in my country, I'll give you an example, man. Like in my country, yeah, like if you do like abuse a child or something, bro, they'll put a burning tie around your neck. You know, you get a burning tie around your neck. You don't go to prison, bro. If they catch you doing that, they'll put a tie around your neck and set it on fire. You'll, you'll be burned alive.
See, for us, like, um, we don't we don't believe that those people that are in Israel, they are the real Israelites. They
Yeah, I
are
know.
converts. They stole a heritage and they're pretending to be something they're not. They're ish, a Jewish, that of a Jew. They're not really Jewish, and they have been following these laws um, for ages. They've been following these laws, and in doing so, they have demonstrated that following these laws, it will bring whatever people that decide to follow this, it will bring that people to the forefront and the top of this world.
But then how come you guys? Then how does that work for you?
What's that?
Then how does it work for you? Like if you're telling me that I'm not saying you, I'm telling you to describe it to me. You said to me like those guys in Israel or whatever, that's not Jews and you Jews and all that. So why, if you are Jews, did it not bring it to you because you fell out of covenant with God? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, because that's the only reason they're on top. If we decided to unite, like one law is for us is to reserve the Sabbath. If
Yeah.
all of our people,
Excuse me, y'all.
Hispanics,
I gotta
Native
hop off.
Americans, and blacks reserve the Sabbath every Sabbath for 24 hours, the the economy of all over the world would come to a halt for 24 hours.
So you think that you can achieve that, or what? What do you think is going to happen?
Um, yes, that is my hope. Is that I know it's gonna happen. I know people are gonna get sick of being mistreated. I know people are gonna be sick of living in poverty. I know people are gonna be sick of watching their people's country get destroyed. I know people are gonna get sick of it, and they're gonna want to turn into something that is more righteous and will help them get out of that situation. And that's the one thing that's going to help them get out that situation.
But you're talking about America when you say this, or which country you're talking about?
I, I'm talking about people in general, all over the world, like
Yeah. Yeah.
the Western society primarily, but,
So
our people are spread out all through the world.
So when you say our people, it's only you only believe the people that believe what you believe is going to be saved. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I think that people expect us to be expecting a man to come out the sky, and which will happen, but we have to put in the work ourselves. We can't just be sitting around and waiting for somebody to come save us. We need to start feeding our people. We need to start clothing our people. We need to start having sanctuaries for our people. So, and build communities. That way, when the time comes, we're ready and prepared, and we're not scrambling when Armageddon happens. And
Okay.
Armageddon is the world, the war of the worlds.
When
And
is that?
that's something we're
When do
witnessing right now.
so when do you think that's going to happen? Armageddon? What's your time?
Like every country is either in war or getting prepared to go to war.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But I mean, like, do you think that what I'm trying to tell you is, man, like, do you think that everybody who's a Hebrew is going to be saved, or do you think everyone is going to be? I'm asking you because I don't know. Like,
Oh
the
no,
reason
no, no. Only 1/3 of the people are going to be saved.
And all they
The
and
rest aren't going to accept the message. The rest are just going to want to live their lives and live the exotic life that they live.
but what? But wait
And
a second.
they're going to get caught up with the rest of the society, the rest of the people that are imposing all these laws, the rest of the people that are controlling the money and all the resources. They're going to get caught up in all that stuff. And like, people think those things are good, but all those things have a side effect. It doesn't matter what kind of new technology there is. There's some bad side effect, and it's gonna kill you one way or another.
Okay, but what I'm asking you, bro, like, listen, like, I've spoken to people like from your like people before. Let's say I know, and you're not the first person I know. Like, you guys is not the first people I've spoken to. So what I'm asking you is, in your are you part of the camp? What is your message? What is it? Is it like you believe in Jesus or you don't believe in Jesus? Are you strictly on the old Torah, or you KJV? What is your thing? Tell me. I can't hear you, my bro. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, man. It's like you have like a bad reception, man. I can't hear. I can't hear you, man. Sorry, man. I can't hear you.
To turn away from that, and that's one hard thing that people can't do.
Sorry to say this, man, but you're gonna have to repeat that, man. I didn't hear anything you said. You only started being clear again now. Say it one more time, man. What did you say? Which camp are you a part of? Which one? What is it? No, it's sucked up. Yeah, what kind of
There
fucking?
was no New Testament, there was no KJV when he was walking around teaching. And so if people want to walk around and teach like him, they have to teach out of the Torah.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking you. So, do you believe that Jesus
And I
is
just
the
think it's difficult for people because they're so used to modern amenities being so convenient for them that going to Torah will lead their lives to live an uncomfortable life that they're not used to or that we've strayed away from. Like, it
yeah?
wasn't until the 1950s here in America where they made school an obligation. Before
Mhm.
that,
Yeah,
people, if they wanted their children to be educated, they would go up to the 5th grade, and then their
yeah,
child would come back home and work the farm, be a smith, or whatever his father was doing, he would continue that. And no longer are we doing that. We're sending our kids to school for 12 years and then off to college. And now we live in a society where no one knows how to grow food. Not that no one knows how to grow food, but the
yeah.
amount of people that know how to grow food has dwindled down. And there's
That makes
barely anybody that knows how to grow anything organic and natural.
So that makes sense to me, man. But like when I'm asking you, like I get what you're saying, man. But like, so what I was trying to get onto is like, do you believe that Jesus is going to come back and that kind of stuff? Because some of the people I've spoken to, they don't even believe in Jesus, and other ones they believe Jesus will come back. And then this is why I get confused, because you guys have like 300, 400 camps, and they all have different fucking ideologies, man. It's confusing.
But the Bible does speak about uh Yeshua coming back. He is going to come back, and he's going to come for those who are prepared, who have oil in their lamp, who have, for the shepherd who's been feeding the flock, who's been taking care of them, making sure they had everything, Christ will come back for them.
So who's been doing that?
It's up to us to do that. Nobody's been doing that, and that's been the problem. That's why we live all in all this turmoil, because everybody wants to do things for themselves and they don't want to do things for the people no more.
So
They don't
being
care
a
about the people.
so
If they
being
don't
a
benefit from it, they're not going to do it.
so being a Hebrew is being in spirit, or it's being a color. Which one is it, man? Is it the spirit of you? Is it the color of your skin? That's what I'm asking. Does it matter what color your skin is?
No, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. What matters is where your roots come from.
Okay.
And the only reason your roots matter is because been a certain group all throughout history who has been capturing and destroying all the other nations. And there's one nation that has been going into captivity in every single kingdom,
And
like
who's
Egypt, Greece, Roman, Spain. There's one group of people that continuously went through every single slavery and captivity. And
Jews?
those people that
Jews.
continue to go in every single slavery and get transferred all over the world, those are the Israelites.
Yeah.
So your color doesn't matter. Like you said, you could be a different phenotype, but the same exact people. Like me, I'm 100% Mexican, right? Both my mother is 100% and my father is 100%. But in my family, I have amongst us, there's 7 of us,
Yeah.
brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and we all came out looking different. Like we all look the same. Like you could tell we're brothers and sisters, but we all have different traits. Like I have straight hair. My brother, he has kinky, like Negro hair. My other
Yeah.
brother, he has a mixture of both of our hair. Like it's
Yeah.
curly, but it's not kinky like my other brother's hair. My
Yeah.
sister, she has real wavy hair and she's light skinned, and I'm
Yeah.
dark. People always think I'm black.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. You are dark, you're dark skinned, in a way. So it's like, but what I'm trying to say to you, man, is like, if you're saying that, then why is white people excluded from your doctrine? Why can they not be white as well? I don't get it.
It's not that they can't be excluded, right? Because I got friends that are white and I don't exclude them. It's just that it's hard for white people to accept the truth. It's hard for me to tell white people, hey, this is what your ancestors did to our people. um what do you feel like you should happen for that? And they get frustrated, or they make excuses for what happened to us, or they disregard what happened to us, or they try to make themselves like, oh, if it wasn't for us, you guys would still be barbarians. They say things like
Yeah,
that aren't honest or truthful.
yeah,
And
that's
because
true.
they can't accept the truth, that is why they're the enemy. Their mentality is what makes them the enemy,
Yeah, but that's what I
really.
was. Did you saw me on the other group, this Lions Den shit, when I was arguing with them about this stuff? So I'm in agreement with you about that. But what I'm saying to you is, man, it's like you can't say that all white people think like that because they don't, man. It's like yes, some do and some don't, and a lot of them do. You're right, but you can't just like blanket everybody as the same fucking people, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not fair to blanket all of them, right?
Yeah,
And there is a small percentage of them that are not like that, but it's going to take analyzing every single one of them out of millions of people and analyze that 2% that's not like that.
yeah, but let me explain
And
something else.
then
Go on.
after we analyze that 2%, then we got to trust that 2% isn't faking it, when we know, hey, this is our people went through this. I don't have to question or wonder if a Mexican is going through turmoil or a black man is going through turmoil in this country. I don't got to question that because I know for a fact that they're going through turmoil
Yeah, but
at,
let
at no
so,
fault of their own, no fault of their ancestors, Well, their fault because they didn't follow God's laws, but at no, you know, they were just taken from where they were living.
but what the, okay, I get you, man. I'm listening to you, but what I'm asking you, yeah, listen to this next bit. I'm gonna say, like, how does it, like, fucking, like, like, other people, they were slaves as well, but like, slavery was very common in a lot of places, man. Like, it's like, I'm not even saying, like, you're wrong or right. I'm just trying to put into another point of view, like Barbary slaves, like Eastern Europeans and cuck, like their name is slaves, like Slavs, they come from slaves, like they were literally slaves to the fucking Moors, brother, but the Moors enslaved them. And that was like non-white people enslaving white people. You know what I mean? So what about that? How does it relate?
I agree, right? That did happen,
Yeah,
but did it happen for thousands of years straight? 500 years is a long time.
it's like, I mean, yeah, you know, not exactly, maybe not the same amount of time, but my point is, bro, like, this is what I'm telling you, like, from my,
People
go on, sorry.
whose temples and pyramids have been desecrated and destroyed. It's not theirs, it's ours. It's our history that's been thrown under the rug. It's our history that's been lied about. It's our history that we have to dig and find, not theirs. We go to school to learn theirs.
Okay, but listen, okay, I'm hearing you, man, but like we having a conversation and let's just like keep it's good, it's a good conversation, but let me just say another thing now. Like, so what about like you can have white people, my bro, like white people's not a fucking monolith, my bro. Like you can have people like for instance, like give you an example, bro, like in my country, like there's colonizers that came, it's like English people and Dutch people, okay? But then there's like a Russian person, like Russian people, they are white as well, no? But like
Yep.
they didn't colonize our country. So why must I build it? So it's like this is what I'm saying to you. You have to make distinctions, my bro. It's like you can't say like white people because white people's not a monolith. It's the same with black people. People say black. What is black? How many different kinds of black people are there, man? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and this is the problem with like the American way of looking at the race. They look at the white and black and they think that it's white, black, white, black, white, black. Everyone's either white or black. But that's not how the world works. Outside of America, we don't as far as I know, people don't think like that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But to us, it's a pedigree thing, right? It's what your father was before you, and what he was before him, and what he was before him. That's never going to change.
But we have a different concept. To be honest, we don't think that. That's not how it works for us. Like for us, we don't believe that. Actually, we believe the opposite. We think that it's the mother because it's the mother that is the one that gave you your
Yeah, I
fucking.
agree. I could see that, right? But it's not. You're not inheriting. It's not about inheriting genes and DNA. It's about inheriting a kingdom, and you don't inherit a kingdom from a mother. You inherit it from your father.
But it can be a queendom, bruh. Like queens and shit. Like a queen is a queen, man. Like why do they have queens? Which is a queen? A queen is in charge of the kingdom. A kingdom is not always run by a king. Sometimes it's a queen.
Right.
So
So
no,
let's say there was a queen, right?
yeah,
And this queen um decided to marry outside of her kingdom, right?
right.
Who and they have a son. That son is no longer going to be from that kingdom, but he's going to be a ruler of that kingdom. But that's not his kingdom that he belongs to.
Yeah, but no, but like we don't believe that. That's like a fucking biblical thing because that's not what we believe that. Like that's not what we believe. We don't believe that at all. In fact, like that's like something that sounds European to me because it's like European people. You know, I'll give you an example, man. Like we are matriarchal society, like and the Europeans came here and they taught us to be a patriarchal society. Before that, we were matriarchal, and that's how Africa is, man. Is we call it the motherland. Why do you think we call it the motherland? We don't call it the fatherland. Who calls this who calls their country's fatherland? European people, man. That's a white man thing. Like the like people in Germany and England and they call their country the fatherland. We don't call our country. We don't call like nobody. I don't never heard an African call Africa the fatherland. We call it the motherland. Why do you think we call it the motherland? Think
That
about
is a good point.
yeah. Because they changed it, my bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, this is when I say they plagiarized and stuff. It's like, I mean, they took our fucking knowledge, but they twisted it around. And I'm saying to you, like, you believe what you want to believe, and I'm not trying here to try to convince you anything, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, man, for us, that is not true, man. In Africa, it's not like that, man. We believe that the mother is the matriarch. Like, as fathers, what we're supposed to do is look after our people. We're the protectors, you know what I'm trying to say? So, like, as a father, like, the father's role in our society is not really to be like the ruler in a way. Like, the father is the person that fights. Like, if you need to protect your family or whatever, and like, the father will fucking, go to war. The father, we're the warriors, you know what I'm trying to say? But the mother is the fucking thing that we protect because the mother is the thing that can like we need the egg, bruh, to make another motherfucking kid.
Right, right. And women are really important and they should be exalted. But we live in a capitalistic world where no longer do they care about the primitive um, roles of man. No longer do they care um, about that aspect, right? So where once a man was a smith, construction worker, or whatever it is, that was the role of a man, and the woman had her role of raising the kids, teaching them,
Yeah,
what's good, and
yeah,
taking care of the home, and um no longer are roles like priesthoods and farmers and things like that matter because we have something that where they revolutionized the industry and they're coming out with new technologies where everybody is on an equal playing field. And so now that everybody is an equal playing field, well, the woman no longer needs the man, and the man no longer needs the woman. And so by doing so, we no longer need the family structure. They can split up the family that much easier now because we no longer need each other because of the way they have industrialized society.
yeah. But like for example, like if you let me give you an example, man. Like it's fucking like in America and shit. Like you see like a lot of like women and stuff like they like even older women, not even like our generation, like older generation women, they like fucking career women and stuff. Like they want to have a career and like do this like work and stuff, and they don't want to take care of their children and stuff, and like they're not even important to them. And like actually what's happening in my country now is that like the younger generation of women is like becoming like that. Like they don't want to work. They don't want to like raise children and shit and look after the house. They want to go out and make money and cock and like it's pissing off a lot of the older generation in my country. They don't like that. They like, no, this is women, man. They're supposed to be in like nurturing and taking care of the home. But because of the influence of your countries, actually, that's what's making them change. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and the reason why that happens is because there's no longer order in the home, and the man is what brings the order in the home. And when the man isn't bringing order, the woman take over and they rule the house. And it's, if the man slips up, well, he got to go. It don't matter because the government's going to give me a check, make sure we're taken care of. And the man is
No, but
stuck paying child support. The man's stuck footing the bill, even though he's not allowed in the house no more.
Yeah, but I
All
completely,
because
I
there was
get you.
no order to begin with.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, bruh, is that I'm saying to you, like, listen to my point, man. Like, I'm saying to you, yeah, like in America, yeah, you got the point, man. Maybe that is. I'm not going to tell you how your own country is, so you can say whatever you want, because I'm not living there. I'm not going to pretend I know. But I'm saying that in the reality of it, from what I've seen, man, like in America, for example, bruh, like you have all of these, like this like religion of like a Bible and stuff. Like people, it's like the Bible is there. Like it's like a very, what's it called? Just like you get the people like these white men and stuff talking a lot and stuff. And like you think about in America, man, like gay people is like normal over there, bro. Like you got people like 100, there's like 100 different genders and shit, and people identifying as dogs and shit, and like people doing all this crazy stuff. Like we don't have that stuff here. Why do you think that is? How come in America you have it? And that's what I'm saying when I think like it's like without like being offensive, bro. It's like it's a lost nation, man, with people that's lost and they don't know the difference between like a feminine energy and a masculine energy. Well, I think we do know that. And like you can say like, yeah, you can need a father and all that. Of course you need a father, but at the same time you need a mother. You need both, man. It's not like you have to balance one over the other. You just have to have both in general. But you can't always have both. It's not always like it's a possibility that you're gonna have both. Like sometimes it's like the father may die, maybe, or the mother may die. Like things happen, man. It's not like everything is fucking just fucking smooth sailing, 100%. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you can hear me or whatever, man, but like yeah, man, it's like yeah. So we have a different opinion in that regard because for us it's not like that, man. Like the father is the father and the mother is the mother. And like we live in a matriarchal society. We don't live in that fathership. That's like a European colonial invention. Like they come here and told us that like in my country, if your mother is from here, you can get a passport. But if your father is from here, you can't get a passport. It's nothing to do with your father. Your father can be from anywhere. But if your mom is from my country, you get the passport. Even if you don't live here. You know what I'm saying, my bro? I don't know, my bro. But to be honest, yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't think that it's like coming from here. I think it's like they took what we knew already and they changed it. That's what I believe, man. And then they changed it into something else. But no, it's like Christianity. Christianity changed it to something else. They took our beliefs and they twisted them, and they made it into something else. That's my belief. And they can follow the fucking trail, man. And it just seems to be so fucking real to me, man. And like a lot of people are waking up to it. Like we're realizing that we had this stuff before, and we were told, no, the stuff that you have is backwards. So we're gonna civilize you. But they didn't civilize anything. We already knew it. So it's my point, man. But anyway, I don't know where you went, man. I'm gonna go to bed, maybe it's later. But anyway, you have to take care of yourself, man. You there still?
Yeah, I agree.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
Like Christianity is what brought this stuff to my land, my bro. Like we don't fucking we didn't have it before.
Yeah, and you got to understand there's a difference from Christianity to Hebrews.
Yeah,
Modern Christianity, it comes from the Greco-Romans, and the Greco-Romans, they believed in all that femininity and, you know, all that all is love type stuff. And so we grow we're here today in a society that still believes in that, but without standards and without morals. And so everything is love. You know, they'll even make a pride flag about love, but there's no standard and morals behind it.
that's what I'm saying to you, though, man. Like you coming, like this is about the patriarchal thing I'm talking to you about, like the patriarchal shit. Like your country is like based off a patriarchy because it's like Europeans that came there and colonized it or whatever. But like our continent, I wouldn't say country, but our continent is like generally like matriarchal continent. But at the same time, we don't have that kake. We don't have that pride shit and fucking trans and all that stuff that you have there. Why is that?
Well, because we don't have that standard. We don't have the men are important and women are important. We have a thing that they're trying to push called equality. And so they take the good aspects of men and they take the good aspects of women and they zero it out, and no longer does humans matter. All that matters is that you're a working body. That's all that matters. A person who could push buttons. That
So
is all that matters. And it doesn't matter if you're a boy, it doesn't matter if you're a girl, it doesn't matter if you're straight, it doesn't matter if you're gay, it doesn't matter if you're strong, it doesn't matter if you're weak, it doesn't matter if you're big or little. As long as you can push buttons and follow directions, that's all that matters. And that's all they're teaching the people.
but like you as a person, my bro, do you believe that spiritually? I'm not talking about like physically or whatever, because like equality is like you're talking about equality, my bro. Like obviously, like you can't say like a man that is fucking 7 foot tall and then a man that is 5 foot tall is equal to each other in height. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm trying to say? And like the same thing with like if somebody is intelligent, another person is a dumb motherfucker. They are not equal when it comes to intellect. But what I'm trying
I
to say,
I I
what
agree, and it should be like that, right? But we don't care. The way the industrial revolution has changed everything, it doesn't matter if you're 7 foot or I'm 5 foot. That doesn't matter. As long as we can both reach that button to run that machine, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I agree with you. But what I listen to my next point. My next point is that so spiritually, what about spiritually? Is in spirit is everybody equal or is it no equality there as well? Do you?
Um, it's how much you want to put forth into this universe, right? So if I want to make sure that we're stronger spiritually against other people, we're going to be following these rules. We're going to make sure that the family structure is proper so that spiritually we can be mightier than the other people.
So you don't build. So before all that, man. What about when you're born, man? When you was a baby, maybe bro, like you were a baby, you born a baby. We all born a baby at one point, and you're fucking 1 years old, and you don't know any of this shit. At that point, are you equal with every other baby, or is there a difference between babies as well?
Um, it all depends on where you're born. Like a child that is born outside of this society, I'm sure they're going to be more spiritually stronger than a child who is born in this society, right? Because when we're born into this society, there's things that they expect us to do that aren't good for us, like the way we give birth. Um they have women laying on their back going defying gravity when they should be up and down or in water so the baby can fall out naturally, and they give women sedatives and which go into the baby. They say it don't go into the baby, but that's bullcrap. And they give women these sedatives when they have babies, and when the babies come out they give them automatic a whole bunch of vaccines that they don't even need, but they give it to them as a precaution because we live in this society and those things are deteriorating us. Like the water that we drink, the vaccines that they give us, they're destroying our pineal gland, right? Our imagination is destroying that, and
Yeah.
thus spiritually we're in bondage to this type of world.
Okay, I get you, man. So like like that's a like you're making some points that I agree with, but it's just like for me, but I like you like I don't believe that there's a difference in people due to how they look or what they fucking have. Like I think it's just like that is a fucking fabrication because at the end of the day, man, like everybody has a soul and every fucking animal has a soul and we all have a soul and that soul is no different mine or yours, but yeah, we have a different look and we have a different place that we come from and we have a different fucking culture. Like that's different. But what my point is, bruh, is spiritually, like what is equality? Is there no spiritual equality in this world? Is it just fucking based on like whether you believe in fucking what, like a fucking certain book or a certain god or what?
It's what you put out in this world, right? So if I'm doing good stuff and I'm helping people, I'm um taking care of people, I'm
Yeah,
doing everything that's positive vibes, I'm gonna
yeah,
get the same positive vibes back.
yeah. Good. Okay, so we agree. Yes, so that's what I think as well. That's what we think. Like that's humanity. Like I told you, like Ubuntu, like the word Ubuntu, it translates in English. The translation is "I am because we are." It means that I have to be here. Like for me to be here, it's because of you. Even though I don't know you and I've never met you in my life before, like the fact that you're alive and I'm alive at the same time, it means something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You know?
Right? But like what might be good to me might not be good to you, right? So I might be thinking I'm doing something very generous to you, but in reality it's very offensive to you. And there's no way for me to know if it's offensive or not because I'm going based on what I believe and what I think.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
we all have a uniform idea what is good and what is bad, then we know for sure I'm not doing anything to offend this person. For sure I'm not going to they're not going to be angry at me for whatever it is that I do to them because I'm in the right. And they're
yeah,
and so there has to be a set of rules, a universal rules that we
yeah,
follow to understand that
yeah.
we
But that,
are showing those people the proper love.
yeah. So then there we get now we talking like that. That's what I was trying to say to you, though, man. It's like if people like you can be from anywhere, maybe you can be any race or any person, but like if you don't have humanity inside of you, then you will not understand these rules. That's my point. Like so, a lot of people that did this like fucked up shit in the past, like slavery and all this stuff. Those people they didn't abide by these rules. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't have
Right.
these rules, so they didn't respect them. But like it's like something to say like you can respect it and I can respect it, and because we've never connected to it or we never spoke to each other in our life before, like we won't know that of course, but you can't like say like oh like we don't know each other and then you might do something, I might do something, but yeah, that's life, maybe bro. Like you meet people, you can't like go around life thinking like, oh, I'm not going to meet a new person because like something I do might not they something they do I might not like, or something I do they might not like. You know what I'm saying? So you like you're saying there's got to be a rule, a system of like a rule of a system of humanity that people have to like kind of abide by with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you muted yourself, but it's okay. So it's like, but that system is like is something that is not like what I'm trying to say is like that system is not as new as people think it is, man. Like they you think that it's like coming from like 6,000 years ago, maybe, but it's not, man. That shit has been here a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I I'm sure it's been around longer than that.
Uh-huh.
Like the idea of respect. But there's a certain um type of respect that will bring a community, that will bring a kingdom, and that's the type of respect that I'm looking for.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you want domination, or what do you want, man? You want to dominate people? Because I hear a lot of people they say that shit like not you necessarily, but people that coming from your like peoples or whatever they
I
always
think
going, you know,
I don't
like
want domination, but I think there's no other way. I think that like like that white guy that you were talking to earlier, right?
yeah,
You're you're telling him the truth and the facts, and he wants to disregard the facts and the truth and to make his point more superior than yours. And what
Yeah,
do you do with a person like that?
I agree. I agree with you.
And
And
and a
oh, sorry.
person who's willing to attack you because you're telling them the truth. What do
Yeah,
you do?
I agree with you, man. And like that is a good point. But also like with your case, like what I'm saying to you is like that guy, for example, the guy that you just gave the example of, man, like he's telling us like, yeah, I'm white, I'm superior, and all of this stuff. Like everything that he's saying is like about being white and superior. Like everybody's white, like the Egyptians and the Hebrews, and everyone is a white man with fucking rosy cheeks and blue eyes. We know that's cock, man. But what I'm saying is like he's going to give us that's the fucking the doctrine that these motherfuckers gave us. They gave us this doctrine like, yo, like we're going to be superior because we have this, that, and the other. So this is what I'm saying to you. Like I don't believe in supremacy. Like I don't believe in supremacy of nobody, bro. There's no supremacy. It's all a lie, man, bro. Like you think that if you're going to take over the world, like you're going to do the same thing that they did. Like what's the difference between you and them?
I think they have a choice, right? They have a choice to accept the truth of what really happened, or they don't. And the truth is that our people need back what has been stolen from them, what has been taken from them, what has been hidden from them. And not that we want to destroy you, but we don't want to deal with none of that fake stuff no more. We
Yeah,
don't
but
want to be conquered no more. We want our own lands. We want to rebuild the things that you've destroyed. We want to go to things that are more natural. We know that you guys have been hiding this technology, and we want this
you.
clean technology, this that we don't have to pay for anymore. For they've had light bulbs that have been running for hundreds of years and never blew out. We want that kind of technology, but you guys aren't willing to give that type of technology.
When
And
you say
so
you guys, who do you mean? Not me. You're talking about other people.
what's that?
When you say you guys, who are you talking about? You're not talking about me, right? You're talking about other people.
Oh, no, not you, not you. Like,
Ah, that's what I thought. I just had
i'm
to make
i'm talking about the Western society, Western
right.
culture.
Okay, okay.
They're the ones that dominate right now. They're the ones that hold the patents for everything. They're the ones that won't are charging us for our electricity that they know damn well that they're getting for free off of these solar panels, or they're getting it from, dams that running water,
That's
you
true.
know.
Yeah, you got a point. Okay, so it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But all I'm saying to you is like, listen, that I get like everything that you said there is I don't disagree with you, but what I'm saying to you is, bro, like, for instance, I give you an example, man. Like when I'm on your group, like your group chat or whatever, like yeah, I'm talking to you and the other guy. I don't know what his name is. The yeah guy. What is his name? Yeah guy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's yeah.
Yeah, that guy, and he's cool, man, because he's obviously got a spirit in him where he's like understanding. But then you get people they telling me like, yo, I'm a fucking Canaanite and shit, and like they're gonna put me into slavery, and I'm like, no, fuck you. You ain't putting me into nothing. I didn't do shit to you, my bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I for sure think there's a lot of people that are like that. And there is going to be more and more people like that are wanting to put other people in slavery and get revenge for what they believe happened to their people. And that's going to happen a lot.
But why are they taking
And
it out on me?
it's going to be up to us to discern and accept the truth. There's going to be one group of people here on this earth that lives in the complete truth. And that goes from our economics to our social status to our technology to everything. We will be living in complete truth. And
Yeah.
if people don't want to accept that truth, then they don't belong.
But then you're gonna. So let me give an example. So like if they say that, yeah, that they got, then what, you're going to come to my land and tell me I'm going to be a slave? No, I'm not going to be nobody's slave, not your slave, and not a white person, not any person. That's my point to you, bruh. I'm not gonna bow to nobody,
Yeah,
bruh.
that's one thing that I think people
Like, I mean, you like people can try it. I told that white guy, come to South Africa, man, try to make me a slave, bruh. Do you know what I mean? It won't work. We're not going to accept that.
and like and if you never put anybody in slavery, what do you got to worry about? As
Nothing.
long as you're doing what's
And
good and what's right, you're
that's
helping people out. What can anybody say to you? What can
nothing.
anybody do to you? And if they do anything to you, they're going to pay for that. Whether it's
Yeah.
spiritually or physically, they're going to have to pay for
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that.
murdering,
Yeah.
putting somebody that's innocent in slavery.
Yeah. Like that. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like this was the thing that was confusing me in your group. Like people, like I get involved in a fucking conversation, and the next thing people are telling me you're going to be a slave, and I'm like, why, bro? What did I do? And they tell me like, nah, you put us in a slave ship. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And neither did my fucking the people in my country did not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
but you got to also remember that not everybody in your country is like you. Not everybody in your country is seeking the truth, is seeking a way for us to be um, peaceful amongst each other. Not everybody is like that.
that's true, but I'm saying like you cannot like I get you. That's true, and you're right. But I'm saying that you can't blame us, our country, for doing the transatlantic slave trade because we had nothing to do with it, man. Like literally nothing. Is not. It's not even close to us. It's like the other side of the whole continent. It's far away. Like so, that's what I'm saying. You need to tell your people, man, to like look at the fucking map so they can see like we got nothing to do with this shit. Because I'm not. Why am I taking drive-bys? Why am I catching shots from something that's nothing to do with me?
Yeah, that's gonna happen, man. It's
Yeah,
not something that you could control. It's not something I could control. The only thing we could do is just keep putting good vibes out there. Keep doing what's right. Keep doing being in
yeah,
the truth. And when we find something that is more truthful than what we have, fall into that.
yeah. That's it. But then you know. But I'm not talking about you because I'm talking to you now, and I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about like the general consensus of what I've fucking seen, bruh. Like I see a lot of people behaving in a weird way. Like I took something, someone calls me like dirty or like stinking and all this shit and it's fucking racist. Like you guys, not you obviously, but I'm saying these people that do it in your group, bruh, like they are fucking racist to African people. Are they not? That's being racist.
Yeah, there is a lot of racist people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bruh. So you guys need to like, not you personally again, but like your people, this movement you're talking about, if they're behaving like that, then they're not living in truth. Otherwise, they wouldn't blanket my people and say, yeah, you a Hamite or a Canaanite or whatever, and you're about to go into slavery and you got to pay for what you did to our people and stuff, but couldn't I have nothing to do with it? And it's like you cannot say like, oh yeah, I don't know. No, you pick up a fucking map, bruh, look at the fucking history. How can people from where I am have anything to do with that? It's like fucking miles away. It's like you saying, like, it's like something happens in, like, I give you an example. It's like, you say you're Mexican now, yeah? So like, imagine there was a trade, like a slave trade that happened in like fucking Argentina or something. And then the people are blaming you because you're also Latino, like an Argentinian. They're gonna say like, yeah, you put us into slavery, but you're gonna be like, I'm not even Argentinian. I got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Do you see how it sounds stupid?
Um yes, I could see how you would feel that way, yes.
Imagine if I blamed you for what somebody in fucking Chile did or Argentina, and I said, yeah, because you are Mexican, you speak the same language or you look similar to them or whatever. You know what I mean? I can say, yeah, it's your fault. But then you're like, nah, bro, I don't even know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's some, like, people are gonna say that, and like I said, it's gonna get more and more like that, and there's nothing that we could do to control that. That is the spirit that is out in this world, and it's
Yeah.
just gonna grow and grow and grow, and the only thing we could do is do what's right, do what we need to do to help humanity, and if we die doing that, well, we died for a good cause.
Yeah. But it's like you can call out like a fucking you can call out the white people that we were arguing with in the group earlier. You can call them out, but you have to call everyone out. You can't be fucking selective with it. Is what I'm saying. If someone says something like that, you have to call them out. If it's a white man or a black man, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you on that, man.
You got to stay consistent, man. If you don't stay consistent, then you don't look like you have like a fucking like a serious fucking what's it
I
called?
think one misconception that people have of us is that we let our own people slide. But what happens is, I'm gonna be honest, right? I don't usually tell people this, but um, we somebody will say something to somebody that we don't agree with, but we're not gonna call them out in front of everybody and, you know, put them down in front of everybody, but we are going to go into a private chat of ours and let them know, hey, yo, you don't need to be talking to those people like that. And if they hear us, they hear us. If they don't, well, then they're not part of our little group.
That's good. So you have to have that's like it, man. Because it's like I don't believe in like selectivity. I don't believe in like this is where we're gonna majorly differ, my bro, and it's cool, man. But that's just where I don't believe. Like I don't believe everyone is chosen, my bro. I think that's a doctrine. I don't believe that. There's no that in my eyes. I don't think white people or black people. Nobody is chosen. The chosen are the people that do the right thing. Do you know what I mean?
I um I think that we descend from, great people, and that's the thing that I want to emphasize, is that we aren't the people that they paint us today, that we come from great things. Our people built great pyramids. Our people created the mathematics. Our people created the irrigation. Our people created how to grow, agriculture and farm. Our people are the ones that did that stuff. And that's things that our people forgot, how great we are,
That's
and it's time that we remember how great we once were.
That's true, man. But that's why, like, that's why I'm dropping like knowledge in that other group, and I'm showing him like how mining happened like 40,000 years ago and all that stuff, and he doesn't want to hear it. But I'm not just doing it for his sake. I'm doing it for the other people, like that is not part of it. But what I'm saying is like you saying that is true, but it's also like my point is, bruh, is what is chosen. What is chosen be like the Bible will tell you, or the Torah, or whatever will tell you, yeah, the Israelites is God's chosen people. But for me, bruh, I cannot see it because it's like for me, it's like there's one human that started this whole race, the one human that started the whole world, like or two humans, like you could say Adam and Eve, or you could say like before it happened. But what I'm saying is like at what point do you say chosen? What is chosen? Who's chosen to do what? You will say, like I'm saying this to you like from a perspective, like I've read the Bible and I've read the Torah. Believe it or not, I've read those books. I've read the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran because I decided to myself, I'm not going to like shit on somebody's religion without reading the book because a lot of people they're like shit on a book and they won't even know what the book says. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I get a lot of people they come to me and they like I don't like I hate the Bible, it's a shit book or whatever. Like, nah, bro, if you can't actually say that unless you fucking read it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. And like, as far as chosen, right?
Tell me.
It says that we'll be a light to the world, right? And it doesn't matter what group of people you have, there has to be a leader. If there isn't a leader, then it's just anarchy and nobody is doing anything and nobody knows how to do anything. And so there has to be a group of people that is the example for everybody else.
Yeah, I get you, man. That makes sense, man. Cool, man. Yo,
And
these
so
other man.
that's the only thing that makes us chosen is being that example to everybody else. If we're
Yeah, that
not willing to be a good example to everybody else, then what are you calling yourself chosen for?
that's a good fire. I like that, man. Okay, man. You did come with some good shit today, man. I agree with that. See, that's like the stuff like I like to hear. I don't like to hear like I'm chosen because I'm white. I'm chosen because I'm black. I think that's bullshit, man, bro. I don't think it matters what you are. It matters how you behave and what you put into the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a load of that's like what we've been that's like what we've been like indoctrinated to by like white supremacists, man, like to tell us like, yeah, because we white we special or whatever, and then now you want to think like, oh, and this and that. No, man, it's just about your spirit, guys, how you conduct yourself in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? And like that's the most important thing. Like you can say like it's not to say like you can't be proud of your roots or proud of like have like you know have like a fucking good relationship with your heritage. Like you can, of course you can do that, but like at the same time you can't like make it out like because you're from a heritage of this king or that king that you are somehow like a superior race. Well, that's not true, man, but no one's superior. That's my belief.
Right.
you know you have to
Right.
do what you do, and like you will be judged. Like we believe that too. Like you will be judged by what you do, the things that you fucking do in this world, blah. Like you will be judged for it. There's no escaping fucking judgment. If you do
Yeah,
shitty,
that's
you,
true.
you do cuck things and kill people and rape people and shit, you will pay for it, man. Even if you don't pay, like right now, even if you don't get caught, like you think about like fucking like politicians and stuff that like rape children or like do like sex trafficking rings, like they think they're clever, like they're going to get away because yeah, they won't get caught in this life, but in the afterlife they're going to get fucked, me bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree, man.
And they don't know what's on the other side waiting for them. It's going to be a big, very difficult ride for them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
so it's like, yeah, you can say like, yeah, they don't deserve it, and like it's fucked up that like you live you live as a normal guy and like somebody breaks into your house or something and you like punch them and they die and then you have to go to jail. But meanwhile, there's a fucking politician that's like bombing an entire country and nothing's happening to him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Like
for
so
sure.
we can't defend ourselves if somebody comes in our house and we attack them. Then we are like a criminal. But
Hmm.
they can bomb an entire country and nothing happens to them. The next day, they're walking around free. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's
So who really is the bad guy, right?
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like in the end of it all, like who's going to really suffer? If you believe in like spiritualism and stuff, like spiritually, the people that do that, yeah, they get away with it legally. Like legally, they're not in trouble. But spiritually, they're in big trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that, man.
Yeah, so you behave like that. You think you can just get away, like no one's going to, you're not going to get reprimanded, like nothing's going to happen to you. Like that's like the delusion of those people. They think like, yeah, we can do this, doesn't matter because we just gonna die and everything's going to be fine. But like they don't understand like there's afterlife and stuff. Like you will be judged and that's like something we have that belief as well. It's not just like but biblical people, like we believe that too. Like if you do bad stuff and you don't have any humanity, you will suffer for it. You won't get away for free.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like you can just do that shit and get away with it. Like nobody's going to care. You know what I mean? Like the
I
universe,
I I know exactly what you mean, man, and I'm right there with you, man. It's
the
all
un-
about what you put in this world.
yeah, the universe is going to hear you. You know
Right.
what I mean? And the consciousness in the world is going to hear you. You put out shitty stuff. The shitty stuff is going to come back to you. You know?
Yeah.
And then you can't cry and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," no, because sorry is not going to be good enough at that point. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true, man.
You know, like you need to like realize before like this happens. So that's my point to you, man. Like I don't want to try to put other people into a bad position, this like revenge or whatever. I just want it to be like like spiritually, bruh. Like things will happen, bruh. Like if they reap what they sow, as the, you know that word, that saying, you reap what you sow. Like if they reap what they sow, then it's cool. But I'm not going to actively try to harm people as a way of revenge. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because then that makes me no different
Yeah,
from
I
them.
agree.
You know?
And that's not my goal. My goal isn't to avenge or hurt nobody. That's not my job. That's my God's job is to take vengeance. My job is to rebuild my people and bring them together and let them know that they were great and that there's better ways for us to live.
Yeah, me, bro. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Like they calling me to another chat. Maybe I might go and check that out. As we've been talking for a long time, man. I might go to the other one.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I was just about to say, I think that's a good note to end on peace, man.
Cool, man. Okay, man.
All
Take
right,
care. Yeah.
take it easy, man.
You too, bro. See you, man.
All right.